We're going to move into our next speaker, MTN Momo program, informal sector waste pickers. Definitely looking forward to hearing what our gentleman has to say. His name is Letlotlo Mametse, a dynamic and an accomplished professional with a robust background in business administration and corporate sales. With a proven track record in driving sales growth and enhancing client relationship, Letlotlo brings a wealth of expertise to MTN Momo FinTech, where he serves as the manager of corporate sales within the sales and distribution vertical. He's also had 20 years experience and has held numerous roles within the telecom industry, and he was a regional sales and distribution manager for MTN consumer business within emerging markets, looking after Mpumalanga and then Limpopo as well. And just a few key skills that he brings to the circular economy is market analysis and competitive strategy, team leadership, development, business development, stakeholder management, and GTM strategies. Without further ado, please welcome Letlotlo, and let's hear about what Momo program is doing in terms of our circular transition. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome, Noma. By way of introduction again, my name is Letlotlo Mametse. It's a bit fresh today. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so what is Momo? So we've defined Momo as MTN. It's mobile money. So just in short, we've then called it Momo. So Momo is a wallet and payments-based ecosystem that caters to the digital lifestyle needs of South Africans, offering a wide range of services through USSD and app. So in essence, Momo is really a store of value, and it's also an access to a marketplace within our platform. So for us to give you context is to always go back in history and just kind of give you a brief rundown in terms of where mobile money comes from and ultimately to where it is today. So mobile money launched in 2007 in Uganda, and it was literally a P2P or a peer-to-peer solution where one member can send to another member money. And then over the years, it then evolved. It expanded in terms of its service offerings. Starting from P2P, it evolved and grew into international remittance. It grew into insurance and financial services. And also then it started expanding outside of Uganda. And then over the years, it literally went into more and more countries where MTN was operational. So in 2021, we were named one of the largest mobile money providers in Africa. And I still think even today, we still are that. So just to give you a bit of context from an MTN Group perspective. So as an MTN Group, we are operational in over 21 countries to date. And out of those 21 countries, we have mobile money or Momo active in 16 of them. The plan ultimately is to have Momo operational and on our opcos. So we have about in excess of 72 million users across our group. And in terms of transaction value, in last year alone, we did in excess of 270 billion US. We dispersed about almost 2 billion US worth of loans. And with all this, over the years, obviously, it comes with great learnings, which I will unpack later. So bringing the Momo back home. I don't know if many of you are aware, but I think this is our third time launching in South Africa. The two previous times we attempted it, it didn't go so well, so third time's lucky. So then we launched in 2021. Little did we know that obviously that would be the break of COVID and the global pandemic. But that did not stop us. And over the 3 years that we've been active, we've managed to reach and register over 10 million subscribers. And out of those 10 million, 2 million on a 30-day cycle are customers of ours that engage with our system, that engage with our app, and engage with our marketplace. Okay. We have about 30,000 merchants, and we also have 30,000 agents, and we also have about 18,000 merchants. Now, this becomes very key because later on I will then unpack in terms of how they come into play. What we classify as agents within our environment are people that enable the access of our services to our consumers. And these agents come in two forms. We have mobile agents, and then we have brick and mortar agents. And these 30,000 plus agents are spread across our country. So the mobile agents are strategically positioned around very high traffic or transit areas. So these are your train stations, these are your taxi ranks, your malls. So wherever there's high foot traffic, you find our mobile agents. And they engage with our customers, they educate our customers, and they assist any of our customers that may need to use our mobile platform or might want to inquire more around that. And then our brick and mortar agents are located around our informal sector as well as our townships. So giving access to our consumers, once again, those that might need to use our services. And we also have access into our peri-urban as well as our rural areas. And then with our merchants are primarily our brick and mortar type of merchants, and they primarily in urban areas and in our formalized retail space. So the major difference between merchants and agents is that an agent is an individual or a brick and mortar setup that has been registered to either accept money or disperse money. So for that to happen, they have to go through internal training and they have to take the anti-money laundering test to then say that they understand the program, they understand the implications of anti-money laundering, and they're also able to become a responsible citizen should they suspect of any anti-money laundering activities. Then they then report to us and we then escalate to the necessary authorities. Okay, so with the key learnings that I alluded to earlier on, and over the years as we grew into this sizable platform that we know as Momo, we ultimately then decided to land on 5 key verticals that will then define what mobile money is about. All right. So the first one is mobile, is a mobile wallet. The mobile wallet is heart of our business. You need a wallet as a consumer to engage with our platform, to be able to receive money, to send money. Second vertical is services and our ecosystem. So within that, you are able to then purchase airtime, data, retail vouchers, all the services that we offer to our end consumers. We enable those through the platform. International remittance. So with international remittance, we understand that as South Africa, we are a net issuer of international remittance, meaning most people that work within the country will then send the money back home. And through that, we've enabled 23 corridors around Africa where people that work and reside in South Africa are able to then send the money home. The likes of your Nigerias, your Ghana, Lesotho, Swaziland, and the like. So they're able to send the money back home. And then with regards to bank tech, we've also realized that without financial inclusion, then that disadvantages the most downtrodden. So we've enabled through our platform for our consumers to access nano and micro loans. Through our data analytics, we're able to then study our customers' behaviors, and based on their patterns and additional data analytics, we are then able to offer nano and micro loans to our customers. And lastly, it's insurance. So insurance covering funeral cover and life cover. We managed to launch, I think, one of the first prepaid funeral covers. We think is quite innovative within the market. What we've managed to do was to launch a cover that gives our consumers 10,000 rands funeral cover, and it will cost them 300 rands, and that 300 rands will give them funeral cover for 12 months. So a consumer is able to then register for that funeral cover, pay the 300 rands once off, and they know that they're covered for the rest of the 12 months. And this has become quite a key product because we understand that unemployment is rife, and people that do have employment is mostly seasonal. So having the peace of mind to say, at least I've got a funeral cover, should anything happen to me, my family will not be burdened with having to take care of the bills. Okay, so how do we achieve all of this? It's through our fintech platform, and our fintech platform enables to achieve the 5 key verticals that I mentioned. Capabilities. The one capability orientated and enables us to integrate our solutions within the platform that then allows our customers to access our products and service offerings. And the second capability is then focused more on our corporates or businesses. And that capability is then through integration of ecosystem with partners. We understand the notion that no man is an island, so we need to create partnerships with people that are subject matter experts in other sectors of the economy, in other industries, to ultimately end up creating value not only for consumers but also for corporates who want to cater or render service to either their staff or to their clients at large. Okay, so us as MTN, what is our strategic outlook from a sustainability standpoint? We have 4 pillars that we focus on, right? And at the heart of it, our strategic intent is always believing that everybody deserves the benefits of a modern connected life. And this is our belief, this is our mantra within MTN. And as part of our Ambition 2025, we want to lead a digital solution for Africa's progress. All right, so the first pillar then speaks to doing it for the planet. And in doing it for the planet, as MTN, we've committed to a net zero emission by MTN by 2040 as part of our plan. And in doing it for the people, we believe that by creating shared value, it will then, we are committed in driving a digital and financial inclusion and within a diverse society. And doing it right, we will make sure that with our sustainability framework, we ensure that the governance is 100%. It will ensure that we partner with stakeholders to create and protect value. And then lastly, doing it for growth. In doing it for growth, I think that has been the sentiment with the speakers that have come before me to say partnerships and collaborations become fundamentally key. Without that, you won't be able to achieve that. So for us to grow, we have to collaborate, we have to partner with people within the same industry, with people in other industries, because ultimately, if our goal is to achieve net zero, there is no way that we can do. Okay, so we then started doing some research. There's a company called The Outliner. They did research. They went into Joburg. They interviewed some waste pickers, trying to find out more about the sector and, more importantly, what are their pain points. Right. So in 27, it was stated by the reporter that we had about 57 million tons of waste in that year. And every year subsequent to that, that wastage grew. And within that same research, they said that on average, those waste pickers were making about 600 rands a week. The outliers were earning about 2,000 a week. And at the bottom of the barrel, I think it was about 200. All right. They also said there's about 3,000 buyback centers and about 90,000 waste pickers nationally. So if we took the average of 600 and then we multiplied it by 90,000, that means that there's about roughly 54 million rands that is being paid to waste pickers on a weekly basis, right? So we then went into the market ourselves. We started engaging some of the buyback centers. We started engaging some of the waste pickers. And in engaging with them, what the report outlined was actually echoed by the research that we did. That one, safety is a major risk. Number two, that inefficiency is also a risk. And number three is that it's risk, safety, and inefficiencies. So if I was to unpack that, right, so the risk comes in two parts. On the one end, the waste pickers are saying that because they're being paid in cash and people in and around the buyback centers know that they're being paid in cash, then they become exposed to theft and robbery. Equally, the buyback centers know that they have to pay the waste pickers in cash. Same, the people know that the buyback centers go and withdraw cash to pay these waste pickers. So equally, they're also exposed. Second is inefficiencies. For the buyback centers, it becomes very inefficient to have to go and withdraw cash on a regular basis. It's a cost to them, number one. Number two, it takes time away from the business of the day, which is literally focusing on collecting the waste, engaging with the waste pickers, and finding out how you can better evolve the solution. And number three is also a safety issue. Safety from a standpoint of, if that money gets stolen, then my livelihood has been taken, right? So then with MTN, Momo, we then said, okay, we potentially do have a solution for these risks that have been identified. So speaking to the ground game, to say obviously charity begins at home, and to say we're not only talking the talk, but we walk in the walk. So as of today, MTN has launched an e-waste campaign. In that e-waste campaign, we are incentivizing staff to bring to the office their e-waste, and then that e-waste, we will then compensate them with money, and that money will be delivered to them through Momo. We also have done some initiatives with government, the Department of Social Development around the KZN area, around buyback centers and waste pickers, which is an ongoing initiative. And then lastly, we're also engaging with the private sector. Some of our partners within the private sector have got mobile apps. They say, how can you assist us enable payment to waste pickers from our apps? How can you assist us to bring the solution to the bigger market? We have those initiatives. But I think more importantly about today is our inaugural partnership with Circular Energy, and specifically to launch Susan's buyback center in, I think it's KMP in Limpopo, to kind of finalize that project, and that project then becomes the blueprint, so that for Circular Energy, all their subsequent projects, they can then use this blueprint to assist all the other buyback centers. Okay, so how do we do that? It's fairly easy, fairly straightforward. It's not going to be difficult as the staircase goes up. It just means that as the staircase goes up, you're closer to achieving your goal. So the start is we'll issue, once we've kicked off the engagement, there'll be a link that will be shared with the partner. You log onto that link, you register. After registering, there will be 4 services there. You choose bulk disbursements or disbursements. Once you choose that option, you will then be guided in terms of the requisite documents that need to be uploaded. You upload those documents, you check our T's and C's. It's a very static document. You can read through it. It tells you what our terms and conditions are. Once you've checked that document and that tick box and submit on the back end, we'll then start the vetting process. We vet the company, we vet the directors, and then we create the corporate account. Once that corporate account is created, we then send the partner a welcome email with login credentials. We show the partner how to use our corporate account. Subsequent to that, understanding that buyback centers do have waste pickers. The support we offer in that regard is that we have the ground forces that will go to that buyback center, that will start educating the waste pickers, create awareness, and also onboard. And we'll also offer after service support. If there's any queries or escalations, those staff members, most of which will be residing in and around the buyback center. So if there are any issues, numbers will be issues, and then you'll be able to escalate any of those issues going forward. And yeah, that's it from me. I don't know if there are any questions. Thank you very much.